Hello, guys. It's episode 19.5. Joining in with my dear friend from Poland, Michal. Hello, Michal. You're now on the screen. Say
Hello.
say hello to
Okay.
everybody. Um, this is something unexpected, let's say, for some of you guys. Um, it's live. We scheduled for a long time, and we tried to make it happen. And now finally, it's going on. Very happy that my setup at home it's working just fine for the moment, and hopefully it will be like this. Mikal, how have you been, my friend? How's the Polish community doing, and how are you hanging out
It's
with Flames of War?
actually I myself I'm very good. Um, Better than expected under the current conditions. So from that side, I would say it's all good.
All right.
Community, phew, does it even exist anymore? I don't know.
How's it
God,
how is it going in Poland with the COVID and everything?
it's been ups and
How's it?
downs. I think the major lockdown is now over. I hope they're not going to bring it back, to be honest.
All right.
Because I've had enough. I've had enough of wearing a mask and shit. I mean, I just feel there's I think for the even for the government there's no coming back to this. Nobody would agree to do this again. So I think we just have to learn to live with it, and it's all good. I've had my vacation in Greece,
All right.
and it was quite fine.
So you had
No,
you had your fun moments, let's say.
yeah. I mean, at least some fun was had. But in terms of the community, I think I haven't played Flames of War for like 6 months at least, I would say.
No, don't say
Yeah.
that. Why,
Yeah,
why not?
true.
Why not?
No, I mean, I played some online games, but since I work with a computer all day, I just had enough. I mean, after 8 hours in front of PC, then get a game where you have to really concentrate on what's going on over online, it just didn't work for me.
All right.
Uh,
You guys are using a tabletop simulator, or the guys in the community?
we constructed a very primitive, rudimentary version on what was it called? Vassal.
All right.
And yeah, it works, and that's about it.
Well,
It's like no fireworks,
that's good. That's
nothing.
good. That's good. I mean, the little you can do, it's one step forward. I'm sorry to
True.
hear that you haven't played any of the British book lists or any of.
I have played them online.
All
Let me
right.
put it this way.
All right. So this I haven't played Flames of War for 6 months. It's been like yeah.
I played a few games, I think eight or nine. I can't remember.
All right. What have you been testing?
What was it? Oh God. There's some playtesting stuff I cannot talk about, and I also playtested some Soviets,
All right.
and we played against British. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I think there was no other stuff that I that I tested actually. No, I only played Soviets really, and stuff I cannot talk about.
All right. All right. Now, totally understandable. I'm actually using the Soviet migration cover
Uh-huh.
that Battlefield just revealed for us today,
Uh-huh.
and it's actually yeah, it fits the topic. So basically, have you been
Uh-huh.
play testing any of the formations in the book? I will
Uh,
not ask details, but just you know, have
well,
you been there?
yeah, I've been there. I've been there for sure. I cannot talk details,
Yeah, of
but
course.
yeah, they revealed already some stuff. Um, I don't know. How do you like the IS? That
Yeah,
would be my question.
yeah. I'm planning to. I already have about three of them from Zvezda, and
Uh-huh.
probably I'll be buying some from Battlefront at the point, but I don't know yet. We
Uh-huh.
we still have to play test, and probably we'll organize a tournament here in Romania at the end of September,
Mm-hmm.
and after
Mm-hmm.
that we shall see how the things go and what the guys will choose to play, and how everything will work on from that. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so basically, it's your first time on the channel. It will be highly appreciated if you share it with the Polish community, because I
Yeah,
don't,
sure, we'll do.
we didn't have anybody from the Polish community in the
Uh-huh.
viewers and in the commentaries, and I'm really looking forward to get you guys with our growing community. So
Uh-huh.
we started with the Danes and the Finns, so with Lud and Christian, and now
Uh-huh.
basically we went on with Etienne from Switzerland.
Mm-hmm.
We also talked with Rob from Wales, and we have some other viewers who are going to join us in future episodes, and I'm very looking forward to see you guys coming up also on our channel. And here we
Mm-hmm.
try to discuss various topics from new releases and what lists we test and all these kind of things. I'm very open, so basically
Mm-hmm.
basically I'm just
Oops.
yeah, it
Sorry,
happens.
I'm on my phone.
It happens, no problem, no problem. So basically what we do is like we I started the channel with the fact that I didn't have anybody to play because the COVID just started and
Mm-hmm.
everybody was locked inside the house, and they just released the British book, and I
Mm-hmm.
just so wanted to play test things, and then I said, okay, I will just make the channel so that I can discuss with various people and with guys from all around the world involved in this topic about lists.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, I was building lists in the beginning. This was the main idea behind it. I had this idea to do every book until the D-Day British, and talk
Mm-hmm.
about various formations and how I play them, and what my feeling is about certain formations and certain units.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, your expertise it's more than welcome to my channel. So what you usually say, it turns to gold. So yeah, I'm
That's
really
very kind of you.
I'm really, yeah, it's the truth. You've been world champions for how many times?
I can't remember. I mean, myself, I was only once, but team, I think like 4 or 5 times. I can't remember.
There you go. So basically, the Polish community is a renowned community, and together with the Russian community, who you guys like usually having
Mm-hmm.
a standoff. And yeah,
Mm-hmm.
last year we got in the middle of the
Yeah,
thing
true.
of the pack.
Congratulations on that.
Yeah, thank you. And that's because we've been working, let's say we've been working together and assimilating information from you guys and from your play styles and from your lists. We studied them, and we saw some like how they use this and that, and then I think about the idea that many people are starting Flames of War with the version 4 now, and maybe they seek guidance. They should
Mm-hmm.
look for models. For example, for me, there was this guy who won the US Nationals in 2016, I think. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, when I was just starting to play Flames of War, and he was talking about the fact he won with the Panzer IV list, and
Right.
he the Panzer IVs were very expensive back then also, and
Right.
he talked about he said something that really impressed me and influenced my life as a Flames of War player, and he said that it's not the list that wins the game, it's the player. So basically,
Mm-hmm.
if you know your list and if you know your opponent's lists, then the list doesn't really matter. You just have to play it as good as you can, because if somebody else comes to play your list, he might not get not even close to the results that you're getting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's I would say it's partly true, yeah, because sometimes if the level of expertise of skill of the player is pretty much how to call it, the players are evenly matched in skill level, then the list somehow matters, but it's not always like the deciding factor. So sometimes I have the when I look at the lists, and that was the case in ETC last year. Was it last year? Yeah, last year. I had two cases where I said to myself, okay, I cannot win this.
Mm-hmm.
It's just not doable. Uh, but then again, in one case, I just managed to find a way to how to beat that list,
Yes.
and that was actually against Andrea, I think Andrea, yeah,
Yeah.
Mirai,
Andre. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, Andre.
And then the other one was against Sergey from Russia,
Mm-hmm.
and I was that close to beating it, and it was like a list specifically designed to beat mine.
Mm-hmm.
It was just that close, and I felt really at that point, if the skill is evenly matched somehow or close, then there are cases where there's really no way to go over it to beat the opponent, because it's yeah, I wouldn't say that it's all the player. Just to sum it up, yeah, it's all the player, but
Some
like
stats also.
70, 80% maybe, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes, it's I blame it on the dices also sometimes. It happens, you know.
It could happen. I mean, if for me it's different. It's dice cannot. If you have a good plan, dice cannot really ruin it completely.
Exactly.
If you're losing, then there's probably 70, 80% of you again, and
Exactly.
then 20% maybe the dice. So if you lost, dice might help you to lose, but it will not cause you to lose.
You should not get into that situation where your dice will matter that much.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
basically, always have a backup in case something mystiful
that's
happens. You
true.
know, like somebody
That's
hits
true.
two sixes in a row, and
Yeah,
then he hits you and he kills you, and then he wins the objective
right.
or something like that. Well,
Yeah,
yeah.
true.
At the last ETC, I also played against three lists with KVs, and
Hmm.
I was running stewards,
Hmm.
so I won all three of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, it happens, you
How did
know.
you beat them? Was that with? Did
It
you have Shermans or M10s?
No, no, no. I had the mighty Lee, and
Ah, okay. Hmm.
I managed to get one lucky side shot with
Hmm.
the Russian player Andrei, I think, or something like that is his name,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
it was just that KV holding the objective because everything else was other under templates and died.
Hmm.
He was
Hmm.
running some Stelkovi thing, and then
Hmm.
there was this Danish guy who didn't play that much and had little experience. So basically, I just launched an assault with my infantry, and he failed his
Hmm.
counterattack. And
Pushed him back. Yeah,
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 exactly.
that's true.
And the other one was actually something similar, where I managed to kill the core units. He had support; the KVs were support, but I managed to kill the
Hmm.
core units. So yeah,
Oh, okay. Yeah, yeah. There's always a way.
it's always a way.
That's
Exactly, exactly. So, tell me, what do you think about the SS book and about the British book? Because you can tell me about this. What's your opinion
yeah,
about them?
yeah, yeah. British.
Yes,
I'll start with the British. That's going to be less punishing, I would say.
yes,
Um, British, very well-rounded book. It's an auto include in the ETC
roaster,
roster. Yeah, I would say at least one British list has to be there.
the carriers one, right?
The what? Sorry,
The carriers one,
carriers.
yes.
I'm not sure about this. I mean, you can. There's so many options in there for infantry, tanks. Maybe not so much. Okay, so it's not well rounded. I would say tanks. I've seen some people play with some success using regular Sherman lists.
Exactly. That's the one that I
Yeah,
like.
yeah, it's quite nice. I mean,
It has a lot of
it
mobility with a high anti-tank. So basically,
yeah,
yeah,
you don't see it on the paper when you put together the list. It seems like meh, maybe you can get a draw
yeah, exactly,
sometimes,
exactly.
but then it's surprisingly good if you when you use it. I mean, I've seen people use it to very good effect. Infantry, it's like with all the British books before. It's just great. I mean, there's no way around it. Um, I'm not sure how infantry, if it does well in the meta of Churchill's, but I think it can at some point do some damage even to the Churchills. If you take two, if you take two platoons of what was it, M10 17 pounders, then
Yes.
I think you're pretty safe. So very very well rounded book. SS, I don't know, that for me that's waste of paper. To be fair, I don't know. They could have done this. They
Waste
could
of
have done
paper.
this. Yeah, they could have done this as I mean, in a smaller format. They could have done this on the cards and then saved the release space for some other books.
Actually, this
To be
is
fair.
actually this is what we talked about it
Mm,
yesterday on our stream when we took all the cards and all the lists and everything except for the Panzer 4 list, which you can combine with the crazy Schnell thing card that gives you
mm,
follow me and then
on
be able
three.
to
Yeah.
shoot. Yes.
Oh,
uh,
okay. Yeah.
all right. Except that I couldn't find any reasonable thing, and I also did a game with Robert. So we played on.
Mm-hmm.
So he's in Wales, and he uses this
Mm-hmm.
system to remote play. He has all the
Mm-hmm.
models, and he has the table, and he moves the models. It's super super nice. It's like playing the real game.
Uh-huh.
It's not something computer generated. We roll our
Right.
dice here, and it's very nice. And
Uh-huh.
I managed to kill his 5 panthers. Yeah, he went with 5 panthers. I managed to kill all his
Mm-hmm.
5 panthers in one turn with my
Mm-hmm.
Shermans. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, the three
Okay.
plus the 3+ actually destroys the book in my from my perspective, from what I say.
It always did, and trust me, I played a lot of 3+ Romanians before, so I
Exactly.
know what I'm talking about.
Exactly. And yet, they were pretty good, I think,
Yeah,
compared
I
to
did.
these
I
guys.
had some. Yeah, but you had the chance to be hit on fours. At least I
E-
think two. I think it was on a 2 and another 6, if I remember correctly. You get a sort of veteran unit.
exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how things go, and um, we were sharing the same views here on the channel, and basically, I'm happy you're confirming my expectations, let's say, about what's going to happen with about the Bagratian Soviets.
Mhm.
Even though you didn't say anything, and I totally respect that. I think the Soviets will be pretty punishing for everything we had until now.
Mhm.
The only point that I'm upset of is the fact that we're not going to have the U.S. Ardennes,
Mhm.
at least not until the next ATC, which will be next year, hopefully. I mean, if
Mhm.
it's postponed one more year, maybe I'll get to play the Ardennes US lists, and
Right.
then I will have some fun. What do you think about the rest of the books, the D-Day Germans, the D-Day US?
D-Day Germans, D-Day US. D-Day US is like how to even call it? It's very generic. It does not have any major strong points. It does not have any major downsides. It's like I would put it exactly in the middle of what would be for me the meta. D-Day Germans, where to start? It's
Greyhounds or Beach Grenadiers?
I would say greyhounds.
Yay! Great minds think alike.
Everybody's going to run one on the ETC.
Exactly, exactly.
It's it's
It's too
just
good.
it's hands down the best list.
Exactly.
Um, so for me, Germans, the Greyhound for sure. Soviet Churchills, because there's no other until Bagration, no other good option for the
Yes,
Soviets.
yes,
They just
exactly.
each and every unit just sucks. I mean, there's no good unit in there. And while I can't say what is in there, I can say that Bagration changes this for sure. And
It,
in
it was
such
expected.
it's in such a number of ways that it's even hard to describe this. Uh, what else? So Greyhounds, I said British, Soviet Churchills, maybe British Churchills.
Yes,
But if you do that, then you expose yourself to somebody running a horde of tigers, for instance,
exactly.
or a horde of M10 17 pounders.
The Achilles, yes,
Yeah, so it's all like rock paper scissors, pretty much.
exactly.
Um, yeah, I think the biggest losers are the Soviets for now. I'm not sure about Bagration, but it changes things. I'm not sure to what extent.
All right. Now this is precious information you give us
Mm,
here.
mm,
So I will. I mean, I know Andrei, for example, who is our dedicated Russian player. He's
mm,
really looking forward to the Soviet Bagration book. I'm really looking forward to the book getting released so I can play with him because he didn't play anything
mm,
else, and he always complains that he doesn't have a list to play, so it's no point for him to play the game. That's a little
mm,
bit sad because yeah, you know, rust gathers when you don't when you don't play your list. But I'm pretty sure the guys will get back into the hobby
mm,
once all most of the books will be out, and they will start warming up one more time. Um,
mm.
Alrighty. So did you had any tournaments or anything else? You didn't because you were in lockdown.
No,
All right.
no,
You planning for
complete
it for
lockdown.
something?
Yeah, actually, at the start of September, so hopefully migration will be up until then.
Yes.
Um, if not, I'm just going to run some Soviet list. I have one that I don't really want to share, but I think it's not how to put it. It's not what would you expect from the Soviet list at this point.
All right.
Um, and
Usually you have exotic lists. So
at least I try to. I try to.
exactly.
Uh, I just try to find my way around the what I feel is going to be the usual composition of forces. I
Exactly.
think the
Exactly.
the way to beat the meta is to actually know the meta and then try to find, let's say, the middle ground on how to beat all those lists.
All right. So the US lists could work because you said they are somewhere in the middle ground of the meta.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I know a guy, or I know a guy. I would say that there's a player who didn't play for a few years now.
Yes.
He was with us in Athens and I think in Salamanca,
All right.
and he played. I think it was still version 3. Yeah, it was. He played the Americans, and he's really good playing Americans.
Mm-hmm.
He played a few
Piotr.
games. Yeah, Piotr. Uh-huh. And
I
and he
played with
was
him in
quite successful.
Salamanca, so I know.
Ah, okay. How did you do?
I lost. It was my first ETC.
Okay.
It was in the
Ah, okay.
singles. It was in the singles. I met
Ah,
him in
okay.
the singles, and he took me to school. So
Ah, okay.
yeah,
He
great.
he he knows how to handle American tanks, to be
Exactly,
honest. Yeah.
exactly,
So
exactly,
so he was faring quite well with the Sherman list. Mhm.
exactly.
So I don't see it as a weak, for sure, mediocre. I think it has some great points like the M10s and everybody's gonna have the 76 millimeter Shermans because they're just so great that there's no point not to have them.
Exactly. Exactly.
And apart from that, you have a solid core of Shermans. I think there's two Sherman platoons, one Stewart. You can have one Stewart, and what was it? Armored mortars, I think.
Yeah, yeah.
So you have plenty of platoons, difficult to break until somebody just runs into your face. Basically, you can pick people off with the 76s and those M10s. Very, very nice list. I think it has even AT-15, if I remember correctly,
The
with the
M12s.
M12s. Yeah,
Yeah.
it can be surprising, although they're paper
Yes,
tanks.
they're paper tanks, but in the meantime, after the ATC, I've been
Mm.
to the German GT, or
Uh-huh.
no, I've been before the ATC to the German GT, and then I went to the
Mm.
Belgian GT, where I
Right.
played the US list with the M12s, and I
Mm-hmm.
can tell you that those M12s ate all the Russian Churchills on bread
Mm-hmm.
because I
Mm-hmm.
was like shooting. I was blitzing, shooting, blitzing, shooting, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
he always. I mean, I was hitting 3 out of 4 hits, and yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
auto kill. So basically, that was it.
Yeah, the Soviet Churchills have a really hard time with some lists. I mean, this one, anything that has tigers, it will just eat them up. British, I don't think so. I mean, until they get, or if they don't get eight M10s, then it's really easy. If they get eight M10s, 17 pounders, then you can still pull it off.
All right. You know, I have I was preparing a list for the Swiss GT to go to, but
Mhm.
Switzerland banned Romanians from entering. So basically,
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't get to go there. I was preparing a list of universal carriers together with a Churchill formation
Hmm.
and with some M10s and Havre and some infantry together with the universal carriers. And I'm telling you, it was a good list from what I tested it against other British lists mainly, but also against German Greyhounds list,
Hmm.
which didn't have a chance against it because
Hmm.
the Havre it's absolutely a monster unit to have, and what it does with everything, ignoring close danger close and all those rules, it's absolutely a must-have for a
Yeah.
British player, from my perspective, from what I
Hmm.
tried until now.
I don't know what are the constraints again around this Abre. Was it's in certain lists, right? Is it in support? I can't remember.
It's in support, but if you take the breaching group, then it's core.
Hmm.
Breaching
Yeah.
group, it's
Okay.
something with Shermans, Avres, and crocodiles.
Right. Yeah. Now I remember. Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. One or two units maybe. I mean, if you play against infantry, that's fine. If you hit up on all tanks list, then they're just completely useless.
it's a waste. Exactly. Yeah,
Yeah.
it happened.
And
It happened to me in one game, but
uh,
actually, I managed to bail two M10s with it. So
okay. But you have been very lucky. Come on.
yeah, exactly, exactly.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Luck is part
Yeah.
of the game at a point. So basically,
Okay.
yeah, you know, it
I mean,
happens
it's
like
8 points. 8 points you can actually risk, yeah, because I think it's worth 8 points. So you can risk that 8 points that on
exactly.
the and bet it on the chance that you're gonna hit some infantry. You're gonna be attacking as well, and they're gonna be just sitting tight and waiting for you to come and blast them out of their foxholes.
Exactly,
I
exactly.
mean, yeah, not the way I would do things, but yeah.
Sometimes you find this kind of players at tournaments.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah.
You,
I mean,
and
I'm not disagreeing. I'm not disagreeing. I'm not saying it's not efficient.
and
It's just not. Yeah.
with the ATC, you will surely find some Greyhound Panzer Grenadiers or armored Panzer Grenadiers in defense.
Hmm. Yeah.
So, yeah, maybe you find the British list also with infantry, but from my perspective, the universal carriers in defense are much better than infantry, just for the fact that
Mm-hmm.
you cannot kill them with bombardment so easily, and
Mm-hmm.
they can survive, and they can take quite a punishment with 12 platoons to for 24 points.
Mm-hmm.
It's a bargain. I mean, for
Mm-hmm.
24 points, you usually get two platoons of infantry with HQ, and now you get
Right.
12 platoons of carriers wandering around the table. And
Yeah, if I would want them to be actually doing something and not just wandering around. I don't know how do you feel about this? Yeah.
yeah,
Did you have any chances to actually use them?
yeah, I
Or
use them. I use them every time. So I played once against. So I played against Greyhound
uh-huh.
list, infantry list with pack front and everything. And
Mm-hmm.
besides the fact that I just pushed them all on one side, and they killed the Stummels, they killed the pack fronts, and they just kept busy a bunch of tigers, because
Mm-hmm.
he had the other objective to defend, and then all the other thrust of the army with Churchills and everything just pushed for the other objective, and
Mm-hmm.
they were very unpleasant for my enemy, because I have them with Piat and with 50 Kels, and
Mm-hmm.
when they go to town with Stummels, for example, they completely obliterate them.
Mm. Okay, so you run them with Piats. Okay,
Yeah, so
that's more like it.
one Piat is enough, and
Mhm.
50 Kels on everybody, because
Ah,
it's
50 counts.
yeah,
Mhm.
it's a bargain from my perspective to have
So
that.
so how much points did they cost then? Because
They
I thought you said 12 platoons equals 24 points.
Yeah, that's when you don't upgrade them. But if you put
Yeah.
them with one Piat and one and with 50 cal, you get them to 4 points. And
Okay.
I'm running my universal carriers with 8 platoons, and that's
Hmm.
including infantry and mortars. So basically, they're not that many,
Hmm.
because the Churchill formation, it's a lot of points,
Hmm.
but it also is like, everybody's trying to kill the Churchills, and they forget about the universal carriers, who just run
Hmm.
around and go to the back and
Hmm.
start eating up artillery and
Hmm.
other things, and they make you actually turn around your turret from your 76 Churchill
Hmm.
Sherman, and then you have a
Hmm.
side shot to with your Churchill
Four.
to yeah
Hmm.
to a four, and that's it. That's how you solve the
Yeah.
problem.
Okay.
From
I
my,
didn't think about it this way. Yeah. I mean,
I mean,
that's actually weird. I mean, maybe it's because I'm used to playing all tanks armies. Although before I started doing this, I played a lot of infantry list, and I always wondered why people don't take like light guns,
all right.
just little light anti-tank guns, which can just sit there and hunt these little pesky bastards. It's they take a lot of steam out of a infantry list, so I can imagine that, especially with the 50 cal. So I would, it's for me, it was only always a puzzle, and that was the first thing I always got in my Romanian list. I took the Schneiders,
Yeah,
the 47 millimeter Schneiders.
they were quite cheap and very very
Yeah,
efficient.
yeah, yeah.
This is why. But now, for example, the 6 pounders are not
Mm,
that cheap.
mm,
We have the SS, but yeah, it's a waste of paper, as you said. So basically, defending with 3+ infantry, not the way
I
to
don't
go.
know. I don't
Not the way to
know.
go.
Uh, you said it's not cheap. How much did the Desert Rat 6 pounders cost? Like
The Desert
12
Rat,
points or something?
12 points for six. That's
Yeah,
the only decent 6 pounder that
yeah.
deserves your attention. And
Mm,
you should also play it. I mean, how we tested it is with that hero that gets you 3+ motivation to unpin.
mm,
So having that hero in the middle of your force makes it quite playable, let's say, because
Hmm.
otherwise it's you pin them and they remain pinned for at least 2 turns.
Hmm. Unless you get the card for 1 point, which unpits them automatically, right?
Exactly, but I say take 3 points, get the hero, and you have it
Hmm.
for the entire of the game, and you can do it for the other infantry platoons or anything else you have in the list.
Hmm.
That's how
Hmm.
we tested, and that's how we ran it.
Right. Right.
Alrighty, Michael. I'm really happy to see you again. I think
Same thing.
it's not. I'm not exaggerating when I'm saying that we are kind of missing you guys, and we are missing all the our regular dinner at the ETC,
Oh yeah.
and this was like being nostalgic last week or 2 weeks ago when we're
Uh-huh.
thinking, oh, man, this was time for the ATC. This was the time when we were going to take the dinner with our Poles, Poles friend, our Polish friends,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, well, there you go. It happened like this. I'm really looking forward to maybe get you guys to some tournaments or
Hmm.
to come to you at some tournaments if you're going to organize something internationally. Um, I don't know.
Yeah.
It seems a
Yeah.
long way to go for waiting for the ATC.
Same here, to be honest. Yeah. Let me put it this way. I had the luxury that I could also play in what is like an ETC for Epic.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know Epic, Warhammer Epic?
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah. So we do also that. So I play these games interchangeably, to be honest. Like one month I go to an Epic tournament, and 1 month I go to a Flames of War tournament. So any chance I can get to play some Flames of War, I'll always take it. If you know of in advance of any good tournaments, maybe even outside of Romania, maybe somewhere, I don't know, Germany, Austria, whatever, just
Yeah,
give us a shout. I mean, we're in the 21st century. I think everyone can get a plane. They will be happy. The airlines
exactly,
will be happy that they have some customers.
exactly,
Hope,
exactly.
hopefully, we will not get quarantined.
Yeah, this is the main issue actually
Yeah,
with all this. I am planning to go to. So there's the Danish tournament that I told Christian
Danish.
that
Okay.
I
Uh-huh.
might go to. It's in October, in the beginning of October, and
Uh-huh.
then there's also the Belgian GT, to which I totally recommend you go, because
Uh-huh.
it's absolutely great location. The players are really nice, and if people come from Germany, Switzerland, and France, then you get quite a hand of good players also to play against.
Hmm.
So it's really really nice. I mean, the Belgian team, it's just beginning now. It's growing, and
Hmm.
they are very very nice guys, and they are looking forward to learn new things. So all the games
What
I
about what about the Danes? I mean, do you go to Denmark?
yeah, I'm planning. We still, I mean,
Yeah. Mhm.
you know,
I know what you mean. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. The idea is that it's still quarantine for Romanians, like mostly all
uh,
over Europe. So we will just
upon entering the country, is it?
yes, we have to go to into quarantine when we go to any foreign country, even if we have the COVID tests and it's negative.
Right.
Yeah, it's
It's just plain stupid. Yeah.
yeah, it happens. I mean, there are rules and rules. Who am I to judge?
Yeah.
I'm just here, if I don't like something, I'm just expressing myself here on the internet. This is the
Yeah.
best I can do as a sign
Yeah,
of
that's true.
of protest and say something. But otherwise, I don't know anything about this virus. He doesn't know anything about me, and I hope it stays this way. And
Same here.
yeah, and basically, it's a gamble, and it's a gamble that I don't like to take. And if somebody says, okay, you need to take a coronavirus test to come to our tournament or something like this, yeah,
Uh-huh.
I'm willing to take it if this is the only problem that will
Mm.
uh, constrain me from going there. But going there and staying for 2 weeks in quarantine on my own expenses, it's not that
Ouch.
fun. So yeah,
Yeah,
it's not that fun.
that kind of sucks. Okay.
Exactly.
I would wish to. To be fair, yeah, I would definitely, now that I'm all over the personal humps in my personal life, I would say I'm all about going somewhere and meeting some people playing Flames of War. So if you guys know that you're not quarantined and you want to go somewhere, just give me a shout. Yeah,
Yeah, for
it's not
sure.
guaranteed. It's not guaranteed I will go there, but for sure I will consider, and hopefully finally we can meet sometime outside of ETC. Yeah.
That will be absolutely great.
Mm,
You already have my invitation to our tournament in September.
mm,
If
mm.
if people traveling to Romania don't get quarantined when they go back to Poland, yeah, maybe you can take this invitation. I know the plane tickets are quite cheap right now. Usually
Uh-huh.
they're not between Romania and Poland. I don't know why they are so expensive going to Warsaw and to Bucharest,
Mm,
but
mm,
now they are better priced. So if
mm,
the situation improves here in I don't know the Polish government how what's the policy with people traveling to Romania or anything at the moment, but I know that probably they put you in quarantine.
mm.
You're more than welcome to come and join us for the tournament, because
Okay.
we'll probably have about 10 attendees. Just
Oh,
to be
nice.
frank, yeah, this is our community is getting younger. We're
Uh-huh.
currently recruiting some kids from the club
Ah, come on.
who saw
Don't say
us.
that. You're not that old.
Well,
Theo.
well, well. When you're looking at ninth graders and 10th graders, it's like
Ah, okay.
I used to be this young, but they're quite nice guys, little guys, and they like to learn. And yeah, sometimes it's more pleasant to play with somebody that you need to be gentle with. You cannot
Uh-huh.
scream at the table. You cannot do like when you play with your friends. I mean, we have this style. Even if we are friends, we kind of take each other and make jokes and do crazy things, and then yeah, probably somebody will get pissed or upset, but we know that it's just joking and fooling around and just blowing off some
Yeah,
steam with our friends.
yeah, that's
Alrighty.
true.
Michal, I'm looking forward to see you more on this channel, and I'm looking forward to talk with you about lists and about platoons and about cards and all that this Flames of War thing. And
Mm.
I know that on Wednesday when we have our regular episode, it's quite hard for you to join us.
Yeah, I'm playing basketball.
Yeah, that's really great. But I'm really looking forward to get you even in this kind of mini series we're having right now,
Hmm.
in between
Hmm.
our episodes, and discuss like lists and other things. And also,
Hmm.
if you can share the stream with the Polish community and have them join
Hmm.
us on the comments, and maybe if somebody from the Polish community wants to join the stream on Wednesday, they're more than
Hmm.
welcome. Everybody is welcome to join the stream also live and say something about it, because I did all this project because I miss you guys, and
Hmm.
yeah, I want to see everybody at least once and talk with them and say hello and say that I'm just looking forward for the next moment when we get to play each other one more
Yeah, sure.
time and go for a beer or something to eat afterwards. So,
Yeah, sure.
Mikal, you have my invitation. I'm really looking forward to get you on the channel
Always
ASP.
glad to join. Just give me a
ASP,
shout.
yeah, exactly. And I know you have a lot of experience with testing things and all this crazy stuff. We will not pick your brains that much. We will not ask for indiscretion, and we will always be polite. And as much as you can tell us, it's more than welcome.
sure, no problem, no problem. Always glad to help, and always really. I mean, I wanted to do something like that myself, but I never had the energy to do it. I'm really glad that someone picked up and carries the ball, yeah, because it's really important. Also for the how to call it, we have the how to call them. We have the streams for casual players.
Yes,
We never had a stream for tournament players, and it's really important for maybe also for Battlefront to understand this is also their clientele, that it's we're also customers,
exactly.
and we also have, let's say, a community around this notion of tournament play.
Exactly. We are the crazy people who buy all the, as they can say,
Yeah.
222 and 223, and then they get out of stock or something like
In
that.
big numbers, yeah.
Exactly, exactly.
Right, right. I know your pain.
Exactly, exactly. This is how it goes. All right, Mikal. I will not hold you for more because it's already getting
Mhm.
late with you
Oh yeah.
also, and just I will tell you all the topics I will discuss each week, and
Hmm.
we now have each other contacts, and it's much
Sure.
better, and we can talk uh, much more easily and say when we are going to discuss something, and if you can join us and you have the pleasure, and
Hmm.
everybody like who wants to join us is more than welcome to do that. I will be looking forward for our next meeting, and uh, our next, let's say, discussion with our good viewers.
Sure.
We're currently growing, and
Hmm.
we started from 20 subscribers. We are at
Uh-huh.
80 right now, so
Nice.
yeah, basically it's going good.
Hmm.
Don't forget to subscribe so you can get a notification every time we go to streaming.
I will for sure do.
Yeah, so this is how it goes. Thank you one more time, Mikal, and I wish you all the best, and I hope you will be able to join us in September. That'll be
Same to you. Same to you, Theo. Have a great one, and say hello to the guys.
all right, all right, all right.
Thanks.
Don't hang up, don't hang up. I'm just
Uh-huh.
going to close the stream, and then we're gonna have a back the camera discussion. Thank
Sure,
you.
no
Thank you,
problem.
guys. Take care, and see you on our regular stream on Wednesday.